Hello, Bryce. Bryce says, do you think charting all these seas is worth it for the Horizons lore? Um, I don't really know what Horizons lore is. I looked it up, and it says it's a type of ale that temporarily boosts sailing by 4, while draining thieving by 2. So, and I guess you're saying that you get those by charting all the seas. So, and I'm guessing that you put this into the keg that you have on your boat. I mean, if that's what you want to do, it could be worth it. I don't think I've. I mean, on my other boat, I have a keg, and I put some sort of ale in there. I just don't know which one. But yeah, I haven't really charted many things, and I don't have many different types of ale. So, I mean, I did read a list of them a few days ago. Like, I skimmed through it, but I would have to do more research on that topic. Bryce says you can put it on a keg in your boat and increases sailing XP by 2.5%. Oh, cool. On the wiki, it says it temporarily boosts sailing by 4. I don't know if it gets into more specifics. Oh, okay. Specifically, sailing experience. Having this keg on board increases sailing experience gained by 2.5%. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I have a keg on my other boat with ale in it. I just don't know which one. Briss says I think you end up getting like 600k XP just by charting everything too. Oh, intriguing. Yes, the salvaging is AFK. That's why I enjoy it as well. And overall, old school RuneScape is an amazingly good game for multitasking. Like, yeah, you can play the game and watch YouTube videos. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got most of my sailing levels through Barracuda trials, but that's way like that. That's not AFK. Like, you actually have to like focus. Um, so salvaging is more AFK, and I think there's other sailing things that are like more AFK. Like I have to try the fishing. I forgot what it's called, but I would assume that that's a little bit more AFK too. Um, but yeah, salvaging is pretty cool. I think I might have done some Jubilee Jive. I don't know which one I'm on, but anyway, Barracuda Trials got me a bunch of my sailing levels. Thralling, yes, that's the thing. Yeah, is Jubilee Jive the second Barracuda trial? If so, I think that's the one that I'm on. I think. Again, I just don't know which level of it. Second? Okay. Yeah, so that's what I'm on. I'm pretty sure. Um, I'll continue it at some point. My goal right now is to get the 72 sailing so I can cut ironwood logs. Ironwood trees. Bryce says once I get to 79 sailing, I'm going to go back to doing clues. Ah, okay. Drumstick Isle. Drumstick Isle is an island in the Western Ocean north of Mynid and west of Piscatoris. Mooring here requires level 79 sailing, and an adamant meal or better. The island is inhabited by 7 rabbits and 4 foxes. It is the only location where rosewood trees can be found. Oh! Yeah, I know the YouTuber settled. I don't watch settled videos often, but I have seen them. I'm subscribed to his channel. Bryce says he got me into RuneScape and his new series sounds brutal to have to play through. What's his new series? The 200-hour prison sailing locked 8? Yeah, it's cool when YouTubers do challenges and stuff. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do any challenge or anything. A sailing locked Iron Man. Bryce says it's fun to watch because then you don't have to spend thousands of hours doing something. And you get all the depth into it. Yeah, it's cool watching people do different things on old school RuneScape. You're salvaging mercenary ships right now. But yes, I do know of Settled, the YouTuber, and I am subscribed to him. I do have to check out more of his content. What? Hop Worlds, like, so. Because I think, do people like Hop Worlds and then stay in the spot for the salvaging thing? Uh, is that what you mean? Um, I mean, I don't mind really moving my boat. Maybe I may try that method in the future, but I mean, I fill the inventory, then I go, and then I go back to the spot. You know, I'm cool with that. cargo hold. I mean, some ends up in there, but maybe I need to be more efficient with it. Let's see. Yeah, see, I need to take advantage of more of the spots. So something like this, right? Boom. No, yeah. Thank you for mentioning to me. Now I could just stack the stuff rather than going, back and forth. Yeah, I agree. I should have been doing that. So thank you for mentioning it to me. So, well, what is this? Look, it says 3740. Because that's stacked. But look, see? So I can't go more than that, right? But I can get more in inventory. That's what you're saying, right? $40. Oh, you elk? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I may do that too. Who knows? I'm not the most optimal player. When I learn stuff, I slowly implement over time. But I'm not like the most optimal or anything. You made 700K in the last 4 hours. Cool. No, yeah, I appreciate the tips for sure. Yeah. And thank you for, like I said, I've known about Settled and I've watched his videos before. I appreciate you mentioning Settled. If you have any other YouTubers that you recommend, feel free to let me know about them. I may know about them, I may not. I may know of them, I may not. And there's so many OSRS creators. That's the cool part. I watch a lot, from time to time, popping up in my feed, and subscribe to some, watch others when they pop up. Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what format and what the creator is doing. Like, if it's highly edited content, yeah, it's gonna take a while to come out. Or if it's, a certain challenge or a certain game type or a certain event. Um, but if it's like I'm doing this live, so it's right here and right now. But if I, chose to do like some edited content, which who knows, I mean, in the future, that may take longer to come out. But oh yeah, I guess it just depends on format, and how one chooses to release their content. Level 73 hurdle? What do you mean? Like XP was? Or you mean like, what does 73 entail? Because level 72, you get access to ironwood. For sailing, salvaging? What's at 73? Like what specifically? Salvaging spot upgrade? Oh, okay. Mercenary shipwrecks. Ooh. I also don't like keeping stuff in my cargo hold. Because, like, if something happens to the boat and I have to retrieve it, I lose everything in there. Hmm. Well, like, if I get struck by lightning or something and the boat capsizes, which has happened to me before, luckily that wasn't at the end. Anything, too crazy. Yeah, the thing is, I do have things to upgrade my boat. I have the material, but I think I need a higher construction level, which is one of my goals to, forgot what construction level I need. Look, take a look. See, I think you need like 59 construction to make the. What was it? I've been doing some sort of oak, the oak. The oak larder I've been building, I think. Yeah, it's a larder space of a kitchen. And so I've been doing that. And yeah. Yeah, you know, construction isn't the funnest, that's for sure. But, you know, once you get kind of in the groove of it, it's not the worst thing in the world. I played RuneScape when I was younger, around the mini clip era. Um, but I played on and off for short periods of time for a long time, right? So it was played on and off for short periods of time when I was younger. Then as I got older, played a little bit more here and there, and then in more recent history, much more consistently. So therefore, since I didn't play a lot when I was younger, I just played for a little bit for short periods of time. I still have a lot to learn about the game. Well, I'm glad you're playing the game. It's a fun game and a fun community to be a part of. I'm not the biggest fan of quests. I appreciate them and respect them, and I do them when like necessary. But I usually just like doing whatever I desire in a game. That's why I like some of the sandbox nature of OSRS. You know, it's considered more of an MMORPG, but it does have that sandbox, clicker, idle incremental game aspects. And that's why I like games like, Minecraft and old school RuneScape and Grand Theft Auto and, um, MMOs in general, like World of Warcraft. Um, World of Warcraft, the quests, like I see, the pull to do the quest is more important, I would say, for World of Warcraft because it's just structured that way. Um, but for OSRS, unless necessary, um, I don't like I rather not do the quest right away. I don't mind grinding. I don't mind the grind. I like the simplicity of just for example, woodcutting or sailing or something like that. But I do think quests are integral to an MMORPG. They're important, they're necessary. But I do like the option to be able to do them when I please, you know? But yeah, I definitely, Bryce says, I have 10 quests left to do and I'm scared to do them. Yeah, I can relate to that. A lot of aspects of old school RuneScape are intimidating to me. Um, but once I actually do them, I'm like, why was I even scared to do that? But, sometimes I also just get into the zone of doing a specific thing. So I do that for a while and then I hardly leave like an area, especially when it comes to wood cutting and stuff. Um, and the same thing happened with sailing. I did Barracuda trials for such a long time. Well, not a long time, but a good amount of time to get me to, you know, the, this level here. Have a good night, Bryce. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you watching and interacting. We had good conversation. That's cool. And yeah, thanks again. Have a good night. What's up, Jay? This is a normal account, not in iron. Who knows? Maybe one day I'll do an iron, but I don't know about that. Seems very intimidating to me. Already, just a normal, you know, account is intimidating. Uh, so, and overall, I want to experience, you know, all of the things that a main has to offer, you know, first before I, or as much of it as I want to experience as much of it as possible before I do other game modes, if I do in the future. I uh I played RuneScape when I was younger, in the around the miniclip era. Um, that was when I was younger for short periods of time, on and off. Um, and then as I got older, I played, you know, again for short periods of time, on and off. And then in the recent future, I started playing much more consistently. Um, so even though I've been on and off for a long time, I still have a lot to learn about the game. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, people in school are playing the game, or a friend is playing the game, and you're younger, and you hop on the game and you have no idea what you're doing. That was basically it for a while. And then, like I said, as I got older, hopped on from time to time. And then now, in the recent future, much more consistently. So, yeah. Still a lot to learn, but it's an amazing game. Top-notch game. Love it. Oh yeah, it's old school RuneScape is incredibly popular now. It's really cool to see. Yeah, right now, uh, I want to get to 72 sailing so I can start cutting ironwood trees. Um, I'm level 98 woodcutting, so I wanted to experience ironwood before I reach level 99. Um, and then after that, probably gonna do some fletching or something, and then who knows in what order really after that. Probably some sailing, maybe some mining, some cooking, farming, uh, and somewhere along there construction because I need I think it's level 79 construction to upgrade my boat hull. So for my sloop. So that's kind of like the loose some of the loose goals that I have. Did I say 79 construction? I think I meant to say 59. 59 construction. Yeah, ironwoods are good because they're AFK and have good XP. Forgot, how much GP they get you, but I'm sure it's okay. But yeah, main I think drawing factors for me I think is the XP and the AFK ability. So that's pretty important to me. Like sometimes I like stuff that's a little less AFK from time to time, but mostly I like AFK stuff. But like one thing that was pretty cool to do for a little bit was the Barracuda trials for sailing. That was fun. But now on sailing, I'm doing more AFK stuff like salvaging. So, but at some point I'll go back to the Barracuda trials and maybe try some thralling as well. The fishing. Uh, at some point I'll get into the throwing. Thank you for wishing me luck. I appreciate that. Yeah, Barracuda Trails were cool. That's how I got most of my sailing levels. Jubilee Jive, uh, I gotta do more of it to, I guess, be able to talk about it more. I think I'm only on like I forgot exactly which run, like maybe like the first or second run or something. I forgot exactly what they're called. But I have a bunch of plugins to help me with Barracuda Trails, Jubilee Drive as well. But yeah, I mean, I think Barracuda Trials in general are more of like a challenge than like what I'm doing now, which is AFK salvaging. So I think that's part of the reason why I like it is because it's kind of like a mini game of sorts. Like it's there is a challenge aspect to it, and you get better and better and better and better. And yes, there are annoying aspects of it, but again, in my opinion, like on this game, I enjoy the grind of a lot of things, right? I enjoy like the little challenges in Barracuda Trials. Um, for me, the things that I like doing less are quests. I like um, the I like games that are like open world and sandbox, and I like the fact that old school RuneScape has sandbox elements, clicker elements, incremental game elements, idle game elements, MMORPG elements. I respect the quests and I think they're amazing, and I do them when I need to, but in general, I rather approach quests at my own pace. And like other games like World of Warcraft, I see like more of a, I guess, since the way the game is structured, I guess more of an urgency, I guess, to do quests. With old school RuneScape, there isn't that urgency unless there's like a roadblock and I have to do the quest. Then I get it and I'll do it. But that's what I like about the game. That's what I like about old school RuneScape. You know, the freedom to play how you want. And you know, and then again, once I get further into Jubilee Jive, you know, it's probably gonna. I mean, it will get more difficult. So. Jay says, I get you, man. Quests are Brill, which I assume is short for brilliant. But when but it was hard to motivate myself for them when I could still gain levels. I've recently just bit the bullet to get some done, but I prefer the grind. Yeah. And then Jay said, yeah, Marlin rank on Jubilee Jive took me bloody ages. 71.05% to level 72. Yes, yes, yes. Exciting, exciting, exciting. Alright, have a good night, everybody. I'm gonna go. See ya.